Hello, I'm Justin High with Long Range Tactics. Today's video might be a little bit polarizing. We're going to look at how to extend your distance on a muzzleloader season with a modern muzzleloader. I do need to start this video with a disclaimer. I've only been shooting muzzleloaders for a couple years. I've only gone to a modern muzzleloader setup like this since last year. So I only have about a year's experience with it. I am by no means an expert. I just want to share with you what I've learned and potentially help you on your journey towards long-range muzzleloading as well. All right, first things first, most people do not believe this is a muzzleloader. It most definitely is a muzzleloader. It loads from the muzzle. It is not traditional in any sense of the word. It's not meant to be. It is a smokeless rated high-performance weapon that is legal in various states, so you'll have to look up your own regulations. In Utah, you can shoot blackhorn powder, and this rifle loves it. It works perfect for blackhorn powder. There's a saying on a lot of the forums that the best smokeless rifles also make the best blackhorn rifles, and I would agree. It offers unprecedented performance in this system. The heart of this is an ignition system in a barrel designed by Luke at Arrowhead Rifles in Arizona that is designed to fit with your existing center fire actions. So he has various options for both Savage and Remington style actions. You're able to buy that from him. He gives instructions. He talked me through how to do it, and I installed this barrel just like you would a normal Remage barrel. I pulled my old barrel off. I threw this one on, spun it down till it hit the gauge, locked it with the barrel nut, and I was set. That's all it took to convert this over to a muzzleloader. So now let's look a little more into the details. Let's take a quick look at the ignition system consisting of the breech plug and the module. So this breech plug threads into the back of your barrel. Instead of a chamber that a normal centerfire rifle would have, it accepts this breech plug. So once it's threaded in place, as you dump your powder down in, it can fit down inside this little powder column here. And then on the back end, it interfaces with this module. So the module goes in your bolt. As you close the bolt, it seals this up. So you have a nice tight seal. And now when your firing pin hits that primer, the flame can make it into the powder and the whole ignition sequence starts. So very robust ignition system design, capable of very high pressures, and it works awesome with Blackhorn 209. Since it's built off of Remington 700 action, all my favorite triggers, accessories, stocks, chassis, everything can be compatible with this muzzleloader system. When I first posted some of my pictures of this earlier this year, people did not believe it was a muzzleloader since they couldn't see a ramrod, and they wanted to know why I had a magazine and what about this big scope. Well, it doesn't need a ramrod to be in the stock. I carry that ramrod separate, as we'll show a little later. And this magazine is not an actual magazine. It is simply a single shot sled. When you load this, you have to put the modules in here by hand. If you drop them, I didn't want it falling out the bottom of the action. If I had a BDL style, it would just have the normal floor plate and bottom metal and you wouldn't notice. But since this is an M5 inlet and I had M5 bottom metal, I had to get this single shot sled from Anarchy Outdoors, and it worked perfect. It weighs almost nothing, popped right in there and worked great to help me get everything up and running. It's currently sitting in this Graybow Phoenix. When I killed my deer, it was in an Iota Kremlin. I absolutely love that I can swap whatever stock I want over. This I used on my later season elk hunts to save a little bit of weight and also to test out this stock that we'll be doing the final review on a little bit later. But suffice it to say, you get behind this rifle, it feels like my other rifles. It's familiar, the trigger's nice, I've got a Trigger Tech Special in there. It just feels very comfortable and normal and allows me to shoot it very well. All right, let's look at the muzzle brake. This is a massive muzzle brake. You can see it's about the width of my hand, right? It's a huge 4-port brake available from Arrowhead. I believe this one's actually made by Patriot Valley Arms. It's like one of their Jet Blast style, and it works awesome. It does a great job at reducing the recoil. This bullet, 325 grains at 25-50 feet per second, is an absolute handful. The brake tames it, makes it comfortable to shoot. I would put pretty much anyone behind this rifle and feel totally comfortable that they would be able to handle that recoil. So a definite must on a modern muzzleloader is that muzzle brake. Obviously, one of the first things people say is there's no way this is a muzzleloader. Where's the ramrod? It's right here. I keep it in a separate piece. I don't like my ramrod installed in the stock. I wanted to be able to carry this separate. It goes on my belt. If I'm on a stock, it stays in my backpack otherwise. Super easy to use. Pull it out of the case. It's a 3-piece collapsible unit, just like tent poles. I also keep my funnel on there. That's what this is. That funnel simply slides right down through the muzzle brake. It offers a nice big loading port. You dump your powder right through that funnel. You seat your bullet through the funnel, and then this ramrod goes right down in until you seat your bullet as well. Then as I pull it out, I take the funnel and the ramrod out at the same time, fold them up, put them away. Super easy, loads just like every other muzzleloader. You're just loading the powder and the bullet through the funnel. All right, let's show you how to load a module in. One thing I should note, on Savage rifles, they're pretty much set up ready to go from the beginning, but Remington rifles, the bolt wants to come back behind the port, so you actually buy this little magnetic bolt stop, slides right down in your raceway, stops the bolt right there. Then you take your module, you simply slide it right into your bolt face, just like that, close it, you're ready to fire. Once you're fired, work your bolt, pull it back, and you do want to remove the ejector so that all you have to do is pull it out by hand. You don't want this module slinging out in the field. So pretty easy to use. All right, I wanted to show you a close-up of these modules and bullets. So these modules are machined. They mimic the case head that you order. So mine is a standard, 308 style bolt head. So this fits perfect in my 308 bolt. You load it with, standard primers. In this case, I'm running large rifle magnums. And you can see it's got the flash hole that comes out right here. This interfaces with the breech plug. And as you fire, obviously that flame passes through this channel and hits your powder and ignites. So these are fairly expensive. You don't want to be losing them. To reload them, it's pretty easy. You just knock the primer out and load a new one back in there. They should last with Blackhorn a long dang time. I don't know how many firings, but 20, 30, 40 firings would not surprise me. And then if you do lose them or they wear out, you just order some more. So pretty nice module design, very robust, very weatherproof. And obviously with the type of primers you can put in there, you get very consistent ignition. And then here is the massive bullet. So this is a 45 caliber, 325 grain aluminum tipped bullet. Luke at Arrowhead offers various different bullet offerings. This is his XLD series. These actually need to be sized to fit my bore. So he's got a great video on that, but essentially there's a die that kind of acts like a collet. You start tightening it down and pass these bullets through it. You can kind of see some of those striations a little bit there as it squeezed it down. And then you just get them an individual fit till it feels right as you seat these bullets in your muzzleloader. Now he has no sizing required bullets. So the Brux barrels he's been using are so consistent from barrel to barrel, he can essentially offer two different sizes, like a large and a small. There's probably only a couple tenths difference between them. I haven't ordered them to see, but one way or the other, you can order a test pack from him, figure out which one it needs, and then you can actually just buy bullets that are already sized and you don't have to do anything with them. So I'll probably continue to run this because I know my rifle likes it and I've already got the die, but he's made it even easier now with those no sizing required bullets. So just for comparison, to let you see, this is, let's see if we can get everything lined up on camera a little better. This is a 195 grain Berger, 7mm 195 grain Elite Hunter compared to this 45 caliber 325 grain XLD. So it is a massive bullet. You got a lot of frontal area hitting those critters. And we'll show you the video of my mule deer. I killed my buck at 440 yards, which is a quarter mile. One and done. The buck went about 10 yards and tipped over dead. So I've been very pleased with the performance of these, and they just look awesome. This was a picture of the shooting position when I took my buck. This rifle is a consistent 1/2 to 3/4 minute performer, so it's well within its accuracy realm at this distance. And you can see the drop data that I used here to make that shot. It happened pretty quick, so the video is a little shaky, but here's the shot.
Hey. Yep.
Hey!
Hey! Good shot, right in the lungs.
Here's how we found this buck piled up just inside the timber, 10 or 20 yards from where he was when he was shot. Long story short, I hope this gives you an idea of what you can achieve with a modern muzzleloader, kind of how to put one together. I definitely recommend reaching out to Luke at Arrowhead if you've got an idea for a build. He'll help walk you through it. He offers these conversion kits, or you can do a full build with him, and that's even easier if that's something you want to do. So if you have any questions, hit us below down in the comments. Also, hit the subscribe button to this channel and follow us on social media on both Instagram and Facebook, and join our Long Range Tactics Facebook group. Thanks for watching.